Hello, hello. Who is here? Who's here with me? Let me know. Michael, good morning. How are you doing? Lynn, you're here. Aw. And who else? How are you all doing? I wasn't on last week, right? Did you by any chance practice any of the videos that I created for you? I hope so. Stevie, good morning. Well, it's actually good morning for you guys. It's not for me. And I think in my osteoporosis class, there's a woman that practices with us from maybe Sweden. So I get it now. You know, practicing yoga in the afternoon is not quite as easy. I'm such a morning person. So I wanted to show you something where I'm at. So I got a room with a view. And so that's the Bonnie Banks of Loch Lomond. Well, the Bonnie Banks would be right there. That's where the Bonnie Banks are, is right there. This is Loch Lomond, largest loch, which is a lake that they say loch in Scotland. Largest loch in Scotland, 27 miles long. That is a huge loch. And anyway, so it's really, really beautiful. If you have not been to Scotland, I cannot say enough about this place, really. I've been here now for 12 days, I think, and I'm leaving to go to England on the Friday to see my uncle in North England. And so I cannot say enough about this country. The calming effect it has on the nervous system is just amazing. Really, truly, I did take a week off, like really took a week off of barely doing anything. And I was a driver. So driving requires so much attention because it's the other side of the car, other side of the road. But honestly, the amazing aspects of nature, the mountains and the greenery and the water. I mean, there was definitely some rain, but not like, well, sometimes it was crazy, but not really. Just a lot. There's so many amazing things. So anyway, highly recommend that you come here. And yeah, I'm happy to show you that, Stevie. Well, is there anything in particular that is bothering any of you? And if not, I planned to do some, some functional movement-based exercises or movements, some functional-based movement. How does that sound? All right. So if there's not anything in particular that anyone would like, I'm going to go to my thing. If you're not in my balance challenge, we did balance. If you're not already in my strength challenge, join us. Working on strength this time. So here in Scotland, I'm able to shoot. I'm filming myself do a lot of my practice, and I'm choosing to do it all over the place because that's my whole thing, is to show that this isn't just about showing up to your mat. And even though this might look like a mat, it's not really my mat. It's a blanket. So I did bring one thing with me. I did bring this band with me because it's a really great thing to travel with, and it can act as a strap. It can also act as resistance to use on your arms. So we'll use a strap today. If you have a strap, get a strap. If you wanted to use a band like I am, you could use a band. This is a stronger band and it's a small one. If you have a band, I want you to make it relatively this size because we're going to activate the hip girdle and the shoulder girdle. So you would need it to be not wider than that. You need it to be whatever arm distance is for you and whatever leg distance is for you. So you truly are using the outside aspects of the shoulder and of the hips. So get a band if you'd like to get a band, or you can get a strap and you're going to tie your strap into a loop. So whatever it is you have, go ahead and get that. And then a blanket will be great for your knees, or you can use that up at the top of your head, and just make do with whatever you have. And so that's my opportunity to make do with whatever I have. All right. So let's come into a grounding, a arriving to this moment right here, right now. So wherever you are, come to a seated position and close your eyes. With the eyes closed, allowing keep your mouth closed, breathe in out through your nose, allowing and then when you're ready, blinking your eyes open. We'll come down on the ground, grounding our breath a little bit with our hands on our belly, getting that deep diaphragmatic breath, getting connected to the mind and the body. So bring yourself to the side, bring yourself all the way down onto the ground. Before you come into a relaxed position, come into a fully stretched position. Stretch your body here, noticing if you feel any tension or tightness in your body. Try to point your toes, try to wiggle your toes. Reach your fingers overhead. Notice whatever it is you notice today. And then bend your knees or keep your legs straight. It's up to you. If you do bend your knees, you could actually tilt your pelvis back a little bit. Try to flatten the low back towards the ground. Let the feet be wider than the body and let the knees fall in towards each other. And bring your hands onto your lower belly. Spread your fingers. Bring your awareness to your spine, long spine. Let's do a little correction of your body. So bring your awareness to your shoulder blades and slide your shoulder blades closer to your spine. Let your shoulder blades rest on the ground. Bring your awareness to your neck. You want your neck to be long in the back, the front, and the sides. So find length in your neck. Spreading your fingers. Eyes are closed. Begin to breathe down to your belly through your nose. Let your hands move with breath. Let your belly move with breath. Keep your mouth closed, breathing in and out through your nose. So let's add counting. It's a great way to keep your mind preoccupied so it doesn't wander. Let's do the breath of peace and equal inhale, equal exhale. 6 is the natural sinus rhythm of the heart. If you could get to 6 breaths on the inhale and 6 on the exhale comfortably. So if you're not there yet, the more you practice getting closer to that sinus rhythm that's natural to the body, 6 and 6. Let's take a big exhale. Begin. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Continue on your own, counting, feeling your belly move. Stay with your breath. Stay with feeling the belly rise and fall. Finish the breath you're on and take 2 more rounds. When you finish, let the breath go back to your body. Bring your awareness to your head. Begin to gently and slowly move your head side to side. Closing your eyes, feeling the stretch in your neck as you move the head side to side. And then bending the knees if they're not bent already. Bend your knees, feet are flat, a little wider than your body. Bring your head back to a neutral position. Exhale. Inhale. And then exhale, let your knees go in one direction, your head in the other. Don't let your legs go too far. Exhale, back to center. Inhale, let your head go in one direction, knees in the other. Exhale, core, back to center. Inhale, exhale. You can bring your hands down alongside your body or out to the side, bringing in gentle rotation to the upper and lower part of your spine. And see if you could feel that in your body, starting to stretch the tissues, lubricate the tissues. And then bring yourself back up to center. Let's come into a full body stretch. Stretching your body. Flex your wrists and flex your feet. So reach through the heels of the hands, the heels of the feet. Really stretch, feel that stretch in your body. either a blanket or pillow underneath your head or nothing if that feels better for your body. Take one more breath. Act like you're climbing a ladder. Reach one hand up and push one foot away. Keep your legs straight and then switch. So the legs are straight. One hip elevates and the opposite arm elevates. And then you switch. One hip elevates, the other arm elevates. So one leg pushes away, one leg pushes up. The legs are straight. You're not bending your legs. This is walking. This is like the walking gait with the pelvic shifts. And then reaching the arms up, feeling that stretch in your torso somewhere. And then bring yourself back to center. Take your feet, walk your feet over to the right corner of your mat. Take the left leg up, keep the leg straight. Take the left ankle over the right ankle. And then grab on to the left wrist with the right hand. Keep your left hand pretty close to the ground. And then stretch your left arm up towards the wall behind you. Bend your body over towards the right. So your body is taking on the shape of a banana. And you're stretching the side of your body. So here we're stretching the left side. Try to keep the armpit facing up towards the sky. The hands close to the ground, stretching the left side. Breathe down to your belly. Take one more breath. And then bringing yourself back to center. Walking your feet over to the left. Take the right leg over the left, crossing the ankles. Take hold of the right wrist with the left hand. Reach the right arm to the wall behind you. And then bending your spine to the left. Keeping your shoulder blades on the ground, your body on the ground. Trying to add that. Mouth is closed, breathe in and out through your nose. Take one more breath. And then bring yourself back to center. Bend your knees, draw your knees up. Let's bring the knees in one at a time and rock side to side. So if you close your eyes when you move, you get to feel all that you're doing. Keeping your body limber, mobile for healthy movement, for healthy aging. So I'd like to do a practice today that really strengthens the hip joint and the shoulder joint. These are two ball and socket joints, and we use them a lot for many of the movements that we do, whether it's walking or playing in our lives. So I'd like to do a lot of movement to secrete lubricating fluids, and then stretch this area and strengthen this area, the hips and the shoulders. So two balls in sockets. So let's take the right leg over the left leg. Bring your hands behind your head, clasped. Elbows are out to the side. When you clasp your hands behind your head, take a hold of your head, add a little traction so you feel length coming into your neck. And then you let your head rest down. Leg is whatsoever between your legs. Exhale. And then inhale, push the right leg away from you and let it move towards the left. Feel that stretch in the right side. Exhale, belly button to your spine to come back up to center. Close your eyes. Feel your way into this. Inhale, push the right leg away and to the side, lengthening that right waist. And then one more. Stay here. Push your belly to your spine. Try to push your low back towards the ground to protect the low back. Feeling that stretch on the right joint, the right posterior hip. Take one more breath and then bring yourself up. Let's switch. Take the left leg over the right. No space whatsoever between your legs. Exhale. Inhale, push the left leg away and let it move over to the side. It's going to go over to the left, or over to the right. You want to protect that as you stretch that left side. Lengthening the left waist. Push the left leg away from you and lengthen to the side. One more. Stay here. Feel that lengthening in the left side of your body. Inhale, and then exhale back to center. Take your legs apart. Take your arms out to the side. The higher you bring the arm bone, that's for those that don't have any issues in their shoulders. So if you do have issues, your arms may need to be a little lower. If you're able to come up pretty high, try that, or even higher, as long as your arms are going to touch the ground. In the shoulder and the chest muscles. Then take your feet about mat distance and then push your low back to the ground. Let's do a little bit of a posterior pelvic tilt. So push your low back into the ground and then rock towards the tailbone. Where the pelvis goes when we do our hip movements matters. And it can either make the stretch deeper or it can actually bring the stretch to the front of the body or the back of the body. For those with low back issues, you want to really control this so that you're not hurting your low back. Bringing yourself to a neutral pelvis so you feel the weight in the sacrum area. Exhale. Inhale, let your legs go to one direction. Exhale, back up to center. Inhale the other direction. Exhale back to center. Keep moving, inhaling and exhaling. And push your belly button towards your spine. If your low back is not happy, try to rock across the top edge of your pelvis. So you'll be in a posterior tilt, which will help to protect the low back. And then bring yourself back to center. Take your legs really wide, so off the mat. And then let your legs go to the side. They'll go a little farther here. You might feel the stretch a little different, going into the inner thighs, the outer thighs. Let your rib cage be quiet. Only your pelvis and your hips are moving. Now try to keep your pelvis quiet. Just let the legs move one at a time. Internal and external rotation muscles of your hips. When the knee goes in, that's an internal hip joint rotation. When the knee goes out, that's an external. Notice where you feel tension if you do feel tension. And then bring yourself back to center. Walk your feet back. Take your feet hip distance or a little wider than hip distance. Let your knees, take an inhale, the knees are pointing up towards the sky. And then we're going to go to the left. I want you to exhale and let your legs flop to the left. So try to let your legs flop. Let's do that again. There are three things the muscles can do. They can lengthen, they can contract, and they can relax. So we want to try to enter this into relaxation as opposed to lengthening into it. So let it be a little bit of a relaxing move. Inhale, and then exhale, let your legs go and let them relax. There might even be a little bouncing that happens if you truly let them relax. So we're on the left. Take your right leg, bring your right foot on top of your left thigh, and then hold on to the ankle joint if you can, pushing that right knee away from you, lengthening the right side. Take the right arm on the ground, reach the right arm away. Try to lengthen this right hip joint area. Keep your mouth closed, breathe down to where you feel stretch. Push your heart up towards the sky, push the right knee away from you, deep breaths. Take one more breath. Bringing yourself back to a neutral position. Push your feet into the floor, let your pelvis lift up, and then put your pelvis back down on the ground. The knees are pointing up towards the sky. You're going to take an inhale. And as you exhale, you're going to let your legs flop over to the side. Let's do that again. Inhale and exhale. When you come in, then you're going to take your left leg, bring your left leg up, take the left foot on top of the right thigh. Hold on to the left leg with the right hand, reaching the left arm away. Push the left leg away from you with the muscles of your body. Stretch that left hip area. Take one more breath. And then bring yourself out. Push your feet into the floor, lift your pelvis up. Draw your knees in. Take hold of your knee with your whole entire hand like this. And when you hold on to it, let the muscles that brought the leg up soften. Bring the other one up, holding on to your knees. Let's draw the knees in towards your chest. Separate them. Push the knees away. Bring them together. In, away, together. In, away, and together. So make this big circle. For the breath, when you're in and separate, inhale when the knees lengthen away and come together. You exhale when they're in and separating, lengthen away and together. Turn that into a circle. Use your breath. And see if you could feel that stretch. Let your hands do most of the work here. We're going to go in the other direction. You're going to separate your legs, draw them in, draw them together, push them away. Away, towards you, together. And try to let your hands do most of the work so you're letting that hip joint, the ball of the femur bone, roll around inside the hip socket. Stretching all the muscles in that area. And then bring your knees onto the ground. Take your hands on your belly. Close your eyes. Take a break here. stretch the external rotators, the glutes. Let's take the right foot and take the right ankle on top of the left thigh, pushing the right knee away from you. This may be good enough here, pushing that right knee away, stretching that hip joint, the right hip, not with your hand, but with the muscles pushing away. If you're able to move to the next stage, you could reach around and grab the back of the left thigh, pushing that right knee away from you, and then flex the left foot. Imagine you had the left foot on a wall. So create these strong angles in your hip and knee joint. Keep pushing that right leg away, and then try to push your belly towards your spine. Try to push the tailbone towards the ground, deeply stretching that right hip joint. Take one more breath. And then we're going to switch. So bring your feet down onto the ground. Let everything soften and relax. Take the left leg up with the left ankle on top of the right upper thigh. Pushing the left knee to the side, stretching that left hip area. This may be enough, or you may be able to go to the next level, which is to bring up the right leg. Reach under, take hold of the right thigh, and then flex that right foot. Let the foot be very active. Stretching the left hip joint. Take one more breath. And then you're going to bring yourself out. Bring your feet onto the ground. Take your hands on your belly. Close your eyes. Feel your hips. Noticing what you notice here. So let's do a little to strengthen the hip now that we hip. The right foot over the left foot. Flex your wrist, pushing away with the right knee. You could have something underneath your head. Push your arms into the ground and make your chest area more narrow. Take your hands on the ground right beside your body. And then begin by tilting your pelvis back so you try to flatten the low back. Take an exhale. Then inhale. Push into the ground and do a one-legged bridge, lifting your body away from the ground, and then lower. Try to flatten the low back first, lifting your tushy up off the ground. Go slow here. Slower is harder. Slower requires more control and more muscular movement. So really getting that left side, left hip, left glute. On your next one, come up and stay up. Try to stabilize the pelvis here without letting it tilt or rock. And then slowly lower down. Let's switch sides. Put your feet onto the ground, lift your pelvis up, let it go back down. Take the left leg across, pushing the left knee to the side. Tilting your pelvis so your low back goes towards the ground. Exhale. Inhale to lift your tushy right from the ground. Exhale to lower. Go slow. On the next one, you're going to come up and hold. And then go ahead and lower all the way down. Either draw your knees into your chest or straighten your body, whatever feels like would be. Sometimes you're doing a lot of flexion work. It feels really good to add that extension or the length. Let's bend the legs. Take your strap and put your left foot in the strap or your band if you have a band. Let's stretch the left leg because the hamstring muscle actually is attached to the pelvis and in that hip area. So let's do a little bend and unbend to stretch that left leg. Look at your leg as you bend your knee and notice, does it go all over the place? Or are you able to get a smooth flexion and extension in that knee joint? And bring your leg to a straight position. Let your leg go back. Really feel that stretch behind that left thigh. And then go ahead and release. Let's bring the right. Take the strap foot. Begin by bending and straightening the right leg. And noticing how smooth your knee bend is. And then come to a held position, taking the leg back, stretch the leg. Try to push your pelvis towards the ground. And then go ahead and release. Hands on your belly. So we're going to do a little pushing out into this. I have a band. If you have the strap, you could tie your strap or loop your strap. And it's the action of pushing into that resistance. It's going to help to strengthen the muscles of the hip. So if you have a band, you have a little bit more ability to move your legs. But when you're in the strap, it's not quite as bouncy, yet you can still move into that tension and then move out. So let's bring the strap or the band or whatever it is you have onto your legs. This is good for hip health and knee health. And then that will even translate to low back health as well. So bring your strap or your band onto your legs, whatever it is you have, and then bring your legs to wherever the widest position is that you could feel tension. You could loosen your strap a little if you have a static strap that doesn't have any bend in it, so that when your legs are out, they're a little wider than your body. Then you're going to start to pushing in now, rolling on your feet when you do this. So go to feet are on the ground to rolling to pinky toe edges. Feet are on the ground, pinky toe edges. And then come to where you feel the tension the most. So the strap or the band, be on your pinky toe edges, push your low back towards the ground, and then push out little pulses into the strap or into the band. And then bring yourself back to center. Bring your legs so they're together so you take the tension out, whether you have a strap or a band on them. Close your eyes, hands on your belly, noticing how this feels. So we're going to add a little movement now. We're going to keep the band or the strap on your legs. We're going to raise the pelvis and try to introduce a back bend into the spine. So stabilizing the hips, pressing into your band or your strap, and then trying to add that back bend. So getting this whole pelvic, hip joint, and spine, this stability action aspect of those parts of your body. Take your blanket away from the back of your head. Slide your shoulder blades towards each other. Lift your pelvis up. Push your pelvis away from your ribs so you have length in your midsection. Let your feet go away from your body a little. Take your arms down alongside your body. Thumbs are facing upwards. Pinky edges are touching the ground. Exhale. As you inhale, begin by pressing your back into the floor. Push your feet into the floor. Peel your pelvis off the floor and lift your right arm. Let your head look to the left. And then exhale slowly to lower. Inhale, begin with the low back touching, peeling your spine only to about the heart, no higher. Go slow, close your eyes, feel this. Keep going. Last one. Bring yourself back to center. Lengthen your neck, tuck your chin towards your chest. Exhale. Press the low back into the ground and then inhale. Peel your spine up. Let your arms go overhead. Exhale. Place your spine down all the way to the tailbone. Inhale and exhale. One more. Bring yourself all the way down. Walk your feet closer. Let your feet touch each other. If you need to bring the blanket back, you can for a second, or stay here with your head on the ground. Hands on the belly. Take a couple of breaths here. So let's come into bridge with the strap or the band on your legs. Walk your feet as close as you could get them to your body. Slide side to side so the shoulder blades go towards the center of your body. And then you're either going to have bent arms or you're going to have straight arms, up to you. You're not going to look side to side once you come up. Let's tilt the pelvis so the low back goes onto the ground. Lengthen the head, chin towards the chest. Exhale. Then inhale, peel your spine up, push out on your strap, bring yourself up. Stay here for 5 breaths. On the end of your 5th breath, bringing yourself down. Bring the blanket or the pillow underneath your head. Lock your knees in. Keep your strap there or your band. Rocking side to side across the top edge of your pelvis. And then let's bring the legs up into the air and try to separate your legs into your strap or into your band, creating that resistance. If you want it a little more intense, if you have a band, you go a little higher on your legs. And if you have a strap, you don't have as much give, but you can actually really push in and still activate. And then if you can let your legs go to straight, try that, or bending the knees. And then try to let the soles of the feet go up towards the sky. You're pushing the pinky toe edges, especially where the heels are, pressing out. And then get your band or strap, put it on the side. Hands on the belly, let the knees fall in towards each other, close your eyes. So we're going to do one more bridge using the band or the strap this time for the shoulder girdle to activate. So we're pushing out with the hands to get the shoulders involved in this. You'll probably get a little higher in your bridge and get more bend in your spine. So we're still going to be strengthening the lower body, but now we're going to get the upper body to get nice and activated and stabilized. So you're going to, once you're up, you're going to have your hands in like this. So whether it's a strap or a belt, whatever it is you have, or the band, you begin by having your hand in it right next to your body. Move the blanket away from the back of your head. Slide so you get more narrow across the top of your body. Walk your feet closer to your body. And then reach your tushy away from the ground a little bit so you could reach underneath you and either put your arms in the strap or hold on to the strap and pull it apart. Head is nice and lengthened. The back of the neck is lengthened. Then push your feet into the floor. Lift your pelvis up. Push out on the strap strongly. And push your heart up towards your nose. Really bend the upper spine. Push your arms into the ground. Push out on your strap. Take 5 breaths here. And then at the end of that 5th breath, bring yourself down. Take pillow behind your spine. Draw your knees in, or the pillow behind your head. Knees are in. Bring your feet down, take your legs really wide, take your arms up, and do the windshield wiper again to help to take tension out of your body, rolling through the hip joint. And then let one leg at a time go. One leg at a time moves through this windshield wiper. Onto your side. Take your hand on the ground and then push yourself up to a seated position. So we're going to do a little bit now. So we're going to do a little bit now with our shoulders. So we're going to do this in a seated position. Choose what's appropriate for you. If you have a block, putting the block between your ankles may be good, or you can get a pillow and sit on a pillow or your blanket in between your tushy and your heels. So do whatever's appropriate for you, or you may need to sit in a crisscross leg position, or even sit on a chair or something. So we're going to do a little right now for our shoulders, and using a strap or a band, get that. You can either loop it, or if you don't have your strap, your band looped, you can actually do this. So pulling out like this is going to activate these muscles to the shoulder girdle. So take your hands inside, take your shoulders forward, up, back, and down. Slide the shoulder blades towards each other. Bring your arms in front of you, bending your elbows, and then try to move the strap. Or if you have a band, you could pull like this with the band. You could do a little bit of lax in the band and then pull. So whatever it is, you want to come into this tension, pushing into this place of resistance. Lift your heart, push your heart up, and sit heavy in your pelvis. And then come into the open position, pulling or pushing. So you've got your strap like this in that resistance. And then release. Band to the side. Bring your shoulders forward, up, back, and down. And then bring your arms to the side. Let's take the hands on top of the elbows, reaching up and down. Try to keep your elbows pushing backwards when you do this. And then bring your elbows forward, up, and down. Forward, up, and down. By pushing your ear up towards the sky, try to stretch the sides of your neck. And then bring yourself back to center. Yourself back to center. Neck side to side. So often we get tension in our neck when we do movements with our spine or our pelvis or our hips, because everything is connected, or the shoulders. And bring yourself back to center. Teeth are together. Chin to chest, stretching the back of the neck. Chin up towards the sky. Chin to chest. And up. And then bring yourself back to center. Close your eyes. Take a couple of breaths here. Then open your eyes. So let's do a little more here. If you would like to have a blanket underneath your knees, you could fold your blanket to bring your blanket underneath your knees. Strap off to the side. In your shoulders and in your hips, moving yourself side to side. Really push the side of your hips to the side because that'll stretch. You'll feel that stretch coming into the hips. And then come back to center, moving forward and backwards. And then keeping your head lifted, try to move in a big circle. Keeping your head lifted, don't let your head hang. Your elbows straight. Try to roll around in your shoulders and your hips. Let's go the other direction. And then bring yourself back to center. Let's stretch our wrists. Take the tension. So we're going to do the spinal balance. We're lifting one arm, which is going to strengthen the shoulder joint, farther away from the body, the shoulder has to manage that arm. That strengthens the arm. And then we're going to lift the leg away from us. We're going to be strengthening the leg that we're lifting. We're also going to strengthen the hip joint that we're balancing on one side, and the shoulder that we're balancing. So the spinal balance, when you come into it, is this posture here. So we're going to move into that easy. Get your hands into whatever position is comfortable for you. Ideally, joints are stacked, so the wrists are underneath the elbows, underneath the shoulders, and the knees are underneath the hips. Let's slide the right hand away and the left leg away. Make sure the back neck is nice and long. The tip of the nose is pointing straight down towards the ground. Exhale. Inhale to lift. The right arm, left leg. Exhale to lower. Let the sole of the foot be pointing up towards the sky. Let the thumb point up towards the sky when you lift all the way. Last one, come up and hold. Right arm, left leg. Push away from the ground with your hand. Push your left hand into the ground. Push your right foot, your right lower leg in. Lift your left leg. Lift your right arm. Take one more breath. And then you're going to come down. Slide your right leg away, your left arm away. Back of the neck is nice and long. Your head is active. You're not letting it hang. Exhale. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. Inhale. Thumb up towards the sky. Sole of the foot up towards the sky. Then you're going to lift and stay here. Left thumb up, right sole up. Push the right hand into the ground. Push the left leg into the ground. Take one more breath. Fingers. Move your wrists. That requires a lot of muscles, so close your eyes and catch your breath. One more breath. And open your eyes. So we're going to do a little bit of core work and also tie it so that you have a circle so you can put your arms in. We're going to come into a forearm plank with this. So bring your strap pretty high. Bring it up to the upper arm bones. Let's do a little here to make sure that you have that resistance proper. And then we're going to come on to a dolphin. So you're going to, or a forearm plank. So let the toenails touch the ground. Your strap is on your arm. And then you're going to put one arm down and then the other. And move your arms so that you feel that tension in the strap. You could stay here in this modification, or you could flip your toes under, lifting the kneecaps off, up to you. Push your hands into the ground, push out on that strap. Keep your head active. Push back with your heels. Take one more breath. And then slowly let it down. Push your hands in. Push your heart forward. And then try to push into the ground, stretching your rib cage and stretching your belly, trying to move the ribs away from the floor. So push into the floor to try to move the ribs away. Legs are coming straight off of your body. Breathe down to your belly. Exhale. Then inhale, look over to see if you can see your heel. And come back to center. Looking over towards the other heel. So there's a little bit of rotation that comes into the spine. You're stretching the upper part of the psoas. You're stretching your belly muscles. And then bring yourself back to center. Bring yourself all the way down. Take your arms straight. Keep your head lifted, so it's a little neck work here. Then see if you could push out with your strap. Come into a place where you feel tension and push your hands into the ground. Keep your body up. Push your hands into the floor. Push out on your strap. Keep your head lifted. This is strengthening that upper back. Take one more breath. And then take your strap off. Fold your hands one on top of the other. Let your head rest on the back of the hands. Take your feet wide and flip your toenails if you can so that your big toe edges are on the ground. This is onto your belly. Take one more breath down to your belly. Then bring your feet back. Feet are pointing up towards the sky. Push your feet into the ground. Bring your hands so that they're alongside your body. Your fingernails are facing away from you and your elbows are alongside you. And then slide the shoulder blades towards each other. Let the big toes touch. So be really long in the back here. Long in the back neck. Really reach long in your neck. Let your forehead touch. Exhale. Inhale. Push your hands in. Lift your upper body up. And then exhale to lower. Go slow. Inhale. Exhale. Next one, come up and stay up for a whole breath. And then bring yourself down. Take your hands alongside your body. Thumbs are on the mat, fingers are off. Toenails touch, soles of the feet are up towards the sky. Lengthen the back of the neck, let the forehead touch the ground. Elbows are alongside your body, shoulder blades slide towards each other. Push the heart towards the body, let the forehead touch, exhale. Inhale, push your hands down, slide them back, and lift your upper body up into a cobra. Exhale to lower. Inhale. And exhale. The next one, you're going to come up and stay up. Take one more breath. And then bring yourself all the way down. Fold your hands. And let your legs go long. Take your arm out. Come onto your side. Bending your knees, bring yourself up. Close your eyes. Let your awareness go up and down your body to notice what you notice. Bring your awareness to your hips, your shoulders, your torso, so the spine at the back, the core, the waist. Notice how you feel. So let's bring all this into Shavasana with us. I don't have any music today, so we're going to rely on our breath to get through, or to not get through, because we're not trying to get through it to happen. So come into whatever variation of Shavasana you would like. I'm going to do legs at the wall. I love that whenever I'm near a wall. So we're going to connect with our breath, not listening to any music today, doing this in silence. So come into your Shavasana, letting your body settle. Let everything go. Close your mouth, breathe in and out through the nose. Let your body and mind settle. begin to deepen your breath. Start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Roll your ankles, your wrists. And then bending your knees. Pushing yourself away and up. Coming to seated position with your eyes closed. Bring your hands together at your chest, pressing your heart to your hands to your heart. Take a big exhale. Inhale. Namaste. So sorry I don't have my music. I'm traveling light. I only have a backpack and a carry-on, so I can't bring a lot of stuff. Okay, so yeah, it looked to me like there was some international yoga. I did see a couple of times that it looked like, I don't know if it was sticky. Was I completely gone? Like I still stayed here, so I still saw myself, but did it completely go? I hope not. So it looks like her. Anyway, so this is our what? No, I didn't go away. I think that was the question, right? So this is the last week of this session. I'm off next week. I'm actually going on a retreat in the Isle of Wight off of the south coast of England. So that should be interesting. And we'll be off and then we're back on. So last session of the year is 4 weeks, starting the second week of November. Well, I guess the third week, right? Because this is the first week, kind of. So I look forward to seeing you all in the next one of this class, which will be, I believe, on November 16th, right? Okay. So have a beautiful day for those of you that still have a whole day ahead of you. And thank you for joining me.